chicken dinner, and he's setting up his phone. He's very funny. May I also plug that there's a living social deal happening for Broken Bottle that you can get 2 flights and an appetizer for a very low price, but I don't know what it is. I'm gonna social, look that up. I will have more information for you next time I get on stage. All right, your next comedian. Please help me welcome Mr. Chuck Ruiz.
That's so hot. Broken Bottle, how you guys doing tonight? I love this place. It's like home for me here. All right, so I went out to get some barbecue the other day at Ruiz. And you guys been to that restaurant? It's decent. And while I was there, I noticed something a little strange on their menu. You see, they have 3 types of brisket. The first kind, regular. I think they just call it brisket. The second kind is extra lean brisket, which we all know means is a lot of meat, right? Very little fat. And the third kind, being that they have regular and extra lean, logically you would think would be extra fat brisket, right? But nobody would buy it if they called it extra fat brisket. What does Rudy call it? Moist. Moist. And at first I was like, really, Rudy's? I'm not fat, I'm just moist. After Thanksgiving, I have to wear my moist pants, the kind with the waistband that allow for extra moisture. But then 2 days later, I shit you not, my wife is going to go out with one of her friends. She doesn't go out very often. And she comes in and she asks me, do these jeans make me look fat? And they did. And I'm a bad liar. But Rudy's to the rescue. I was like, baby, they make you look moist. Moist? So moist. I know, it must be hard to be a tow truck driver here in New Mexico. Because for every tow truck you see hauling a car, if you look around, you'd see twice as many cars being pulled by a 4-cylinder sedan and a rope. And how do you compete with that as a tow truck driver? You know, business-wise, how do you compete with that? Because I needed a tow the other day. Guy tells me $60. I was like, really? Because I just talked to my buddy Joe, who said he'll come down here and do it for a 6-pack of beer. You got any services for like $7.99? But that led me to a business idea. That maybe I should start my own towing company. I mean, I already have a sedan, I'm most of the way there. Rope from the hardware store, what? $40, $50 max for some top quality rope. So my startup costs are way low. So I figured I'll just undercut the price of all these other tow trucks out there, call my company, one guy in a rope. And I'll just charge $20. And I know people will think the low prices too, because I mean, come on. If your car's breaking down on you, leaving you on the side of the road, chances are you're probably short on cash. Now I know you can call your buddy and get the same service for less money than that still. But seriously, if you're gonna have your car towed with a rope, you probably want to call a professional. So don't be a dope. Call one guy and a rope. But hey, there's a lot of uses for rope. So I figured I could expand my business by marketing to other demographics. When you're done with humanity and you've lost all hope, call one guy and a rope. Alright, so there used to be this show on the Food Network called Throw Down with Bobby Flay. You guys seen this show? It's a cooking show where local chefs from around the country think that they're going to be featured on the Food Network for their specialty dish. But in reality, Iron Chef Bobby Flay is just traveling around the country trying to embarrass hometown heroes on national TV. And I feel so bad for those chefs in the first season because, you know, this hadn't been on TV yet, right? They didn't know what's going on. They're just there cooking, doing their thing, all of a sudden Bobby Flay like pops out of a box and they're like repels down to the rafters. And they're like, is that Bobby? Bobby, how are you? I'm such a big fan. And Bobby Flay's like, yeah, you are. Well, did you come try one of my special tacos? Fuck your tacos. I'm here to challenge you to a throwdown. And these poor chefs, they got their friends, family, hometown right there watching TV, cameras rolling, so they can't back down. So they're like, well, sure, Bobby, let's do it. It's gotta be like that. Because I'll tell you what, if I was one of those chefs of the second season or after, I'd have been there, you know, in front of the grill, right, doing my thing, hooking up some steaks, talking to the camera like, and that's how you season a perfect. Is that Bobby? Oh, fuck, y'all, it's Bobby Flay. I'm gonna go hide, don't tell him I'm not here. And if he did catch me, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, the fuck are you doing here, Bobby? Because I seen that show that you do. I'm trying to do this special, get on TV. Don't fucking ruin it for me. I'm here to challenge you to a throwdown. A throwdown? I don't even know you, Bobby. What the fuck is this beef about? It's about your beef. Well, I don't play Bobby Flay. So if you want to throw down with me, you better knuckle up. Because for some reason in this comedy bit, I'm gangster. We'll see who gets embarrassed on national TV. Now, I do have to say that usually Bobby Flay loses. I mean, come on. The Food Network can't go around making themselves out to be monsters. But could you imagine being one of those chefs that did lose to Bobby Flay? You know, in front of their friends, family, hometown crowd, at making their own specialty dish on national TV? That's gotta suck. That's gotta mess with you. So I'll tell you what, that would mess with me. So after that, I would start stalking Bobby Flay. You know, wait till one morning, catch him making some plain-ass bacon and eggs for his wife and kids, and then I'll burst to the front door like, boom, throw down everybody, revenge style. Got my little brother there flipping it on his camera phone, also my hype man. Like, what, Bobby, what you gonna do, what you gonna do? What you got there, Bobby? Some plain-ass bacon and eggs. Well, I brought a fucking quiche. So who's embarrassed now? Instead of throw down, we call my show bitch slap. But you know what really worries me? Is the thought of Bobby Flay issuing throwdowns outside of cooking. Because I'm telling you, I don't want to be the one on the operating table when the surgeon says, is that Bobby Flay? Throw down, doc, taking out his kidneys. You get one side, I'll get the other side. But Bobby, this is an epidemic. At church in the middle of Mass, priest is doing the bread and the wine going, and Jesus said, is that Bobby Flay? Throw down, Father, consecrating the bread and the wine. I'll bring Jesus back better than anybody in this room. At home, making love to my wife, all of a sudden there's a knock at the window. Bobby Flay. Throw down, Chuck, sticking it to your wife. You got nothing on my doggy style. Well, challenge accepted, says my wife. How much on time?
You're at like 8 minutes.
All right. So for work, I travel all around the state of New Mexico. And if you haven't seen the map lately, it's a pretty big state. I do a lot of travel. Like this one time, I went to Gallup, New Mexico, and after only like half a mile, I was like, this is ridiculous. Who gallops these days? I'm just gonna drive. But in the midst of all my travels, I noticed something shocking. Something shockingly consistent. Something shockingly true. All these highways I drove down, every so often there'd be one of these little memorials or monuments on the side of the highway. And then after a while I noticed they're all Christian memorials, which confirms that Christians are the worst drivers. Just tell me, have you ever seen one with an Islamic crescent moon and star on it? No. One with a Jewish Star of David on it? No. Or even one with an upside down pentagram and a circle for the say to this? what? They're the worst drivers. All right, guys, I'm Chuck Ruiz. As there it is.